ragazzi, benvenuti a un nuovo video di Vito e Elena. So I was hired to use my wonderful voice for a part of this episode. The pay was not very high though, so we stay about 1 minute or so. So we're here to show you the new feeder. We saw it previously briefly, but now we want to show it properly. So there is where you put the food for the chickens, and then it comes down and they can eat from the hole. And you can see that Victor cut the thing in a way that the food is protected from the rain, but the chickens can still get there. Hopefully, we will see later if they can actually get there. And good news, fantastiche le galline, they can eat. So I hand it over to Victor. Ciao!
Okay, hi everybody. Thank you very much, Elena, for your completely voluntary participation. And now let's see what's happening with the rats. So we can already see on the screen that there are 2 rats, and they are being very prudent, very careful, which is normal because they sense that there are a lot of new things in their environment. Unfortunately, the camera angle isn't very good, but here we can see that the rat ate some of the grains that fell from the feeder when the chickens were eating, which is a good sign because he only has access to a tiny bit of leftover on the ground and not to the source of food. Here we can really see the 2 rats on the screen. So the feeder seems to work. So this is footage from the following night. So both rats are still there. We can see one is right in front of us and another one is in the background standing still, but we can see his eye glowing. And we can see that this one is trying to figure out how to get to the food, trying to climb that way, and no luck. So he seems stuck, and that's quite encouraging. And this is actually footage from the same night. I went down and I saw that one rat was actually already caught. So here we have. So I think there's only one left. And here he is. This is the night afterwards. Still trying to figure out. And what the hell is this? Alright, I did not expect that. Okay, he seems to... Oh, come on. It's too easy for him. Don't do it. Don't do it. No. No. I said no. Don't. Oh, don't you dare do it. Alright. Okay. I think that's a bit too easy for him. Okay. I think he got the trick. I think now he's able to get into it. And actually, note that I'm not tricking you. This is different footage every time. And if you look at the time frame underneath the video, you see that he's basically doing this every minute now. So obviously, once he found the way, this proved to not be a challenge for him at all. So next night, you can see that I raised the feeder by 1 level. There are now 3 bricks under it. So there, I really hope that this will be too high for him and that he won't be able to jump in or to climb in by any other way. And you can see already that his attitude is completely different. Compared to last video where, of course, I made it shorter for the YouTube, but he was just going in and out of it non-stop the whole night. Here he senses that something is different and he's being much more careful. So you can see that every time he goes just a few centimeters away from his hole in the ground, sniffers the environment, and then goes back. Oh, and that was nice to see. That was good. You can see that he really gave it all. He tried to jump, but in the end it was just too high. Let's watch that again. This is the same footage in slow-mo. So here he thinks about it, he goes for it, come on, and no! And actually you can see that he failed by quite a lot, which is a really good sign. This is a video a few minutes later, and you can see that he's trying an attack from above. But again, the feeder seems to be too good for him. Okay, second attack from above. Let's see how that works out for him this time. Keep in mind that this was the last rat left. And after watching dozens of videos of him, I really felt like I had some kind of relationship with him. And oh! Epic fail. So, it's quite funny to see the... Oh, no, come on! Alright. Okay, so apparently he is able to jump, but it's his max stretch. So I don't think he can do that too often. Yeah. Well, maybe not. Nah, okay, I'm joking, but it's kind of funny to see the evolution. Again, just like last time, you can see that once he figures out how to do it, he really gets the hang of it, and it's something he can replicate over and over again. So, the next night, I decided that enough was enough, and I stepped up the difficulty by a notch. So I locked the chickens in, so that they wouldn't be able to hurt themselves in the morning with the traps. And you can see that in the jumping area, I set 3 traps, and I figured that this for sure would at least stop him from jumping. And I was also hoping that maybe he would finally go for the bait, because this is really something. You can see that the bait box has stayed there all along, and yeah, just when I thought I only had 1 rat left, there's another one. I put a nice red circle. In case you were wondering, that didn't go very smoothly at editing. I think I took more hours to put the red circle than to do any other thing in this video, but it was worth it. So you can see that there are 2 rats, and neither one of them seems to be very interested by the bait, which is very disappointing. Again, exploring the environment. At the very least this time, you can see that he's not able to jump into the food like he was previously. So that's at least one positive aspect, is that he's effectively locked out of the food. So again, he's trying a bit from above, but we already know how that's gonna end. He knows it too, and look, this is fascinating to me. Instead of trying again, he's being very careful, see, taking his time, trying to see if there's a way in. Still up there, we can see his tail. And he leaves. And that's really interesting to see, because in the other video he had tried and failed, and it's as though he knows that this time if he falls, he'll fall in a trap and die. And I don't understand how he can know that. Another attempt, and look at this. I mean, this is gymnastics at the highest level. This is amazing. Of course, he still has to get down from there. So let's watch him get down. You can see that he's hesitating. He's not sure how to tackle this difficulty. And I don't know if you saw that, but the middle trap was moving, so he hit it when he jumped down. So he came really close to dying. And just like every time, once he knows how to do something, once he knows that it's possible, he can do it over and over again. Let's watch it again. So again, this is another video. I'm cutting it short, but I have, once again, tens of videos of him doing this. It's really interesting to see how I trained the rat to improve his skills, you know, step by step. So fortunately, this was not too late in the night, and I had seen the footage, so this is still the same night, and after seeing that he was able to get into it, I decided to move the traps. So you can't see on the video, but I already put 1 trap on the feeder, and now I'm moving the 2 traps beneath to really block his way. So I'm going to highlight here the trap on the feeder, so you can see that that path is blocked. Alright, and unfortunately I don't have footage, but you can see that one of the trap has sprung. It's on the right side of the screen now, and there's no rat in it. So we thought that this was a sort of a false positive, but in the end it did hit a rat, and we're gonna see it later. And it's I have to warn the viewers that from now on the videos won't be really fun. It's getting a bit dark. So we don't have any videos, but the next morning we woke up to this, and you can see that the trap that was on the stone got triggered as well, and a rat died. So we have videos until 5 AM, and until 5 AM the trap was not sprung, and then the camera shuts off. So he really got killed, I don't know, around 6 or something, really early morning or very, very late at night. So unfortunately we didn't capture it in video. And then this is what I'm saying when I say it's becoming a bit dark. So the next day, I figured I would try to get a better camera angle, and I set up a camera pole up, and I was just doing a quick video with the iPhone to show the new camera angle. And hopefully I figured we would get better rat footage. And this is when we noticed something. Basically, we noticed that the trap that we thought hadn't caught a rat actually did. And we're not exactly sure how that worked, but this is where you need to be careful. I put a bit of slow-mo, and you can see that there's the body of a rat. And I didn't notice it immediately, so I came back to it. And this is very depressing, because you can see that he's still alive, but barely, and he has flies around him, so he's agonizing. You can see this is kind of hard to watch. So what I did is I wanted to help him die, so I grabbed him and I put him in the trap, hoping that it would give him a clean death, but you can see that he's still breathing. And I hate to say it, but I actually did that twice. So twice the trap hit him and he still wasn't dead. So this concludes the rat trip, because after 1 week of video, we have no more footage of rats. And I think we should end with a minute of silence for all the dead rats that perished in the garden.
Nick, please, I'm tired. Can we stop now?
Lily, I know you're tired, but the sooner you get it right, the sooner you can go to bed.
Ciao ragazzi. Welcome.
No, Elena, I told you, more energy. You have to say, ciao ragazzi, or else it's just not fun.